On today's episode, we go over all the Week 15 matchups, our favorite starts, sits, and some of the latest news. And today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Beware Bulldogs Podcast, the dude's favorite place to get our Fresno State news and reactions. Don't miss this week's LA Bowl preview.
Informed, outspoken, wild, fearless, hardly ever politically correct. This is the Fantasy Football Dudes Podcast.
What up, my dudes? This is Trent here with the Fantasy Football Dudes Podcast. I am joined by Phil, Jordan, and producer Seth in the back. As always, it's cold, but as usual, the dudes are buzzing. Phil, how we doing?
What does that even mean?
Honestly, that intro was actually pretty good, Trent.
Yeah,
I thought intro was good. I felt like you kind of felt like
I'm finding myself.
You were kind of fired up about it, but like the other ones were kind of just a little more flat.
What does buzzing mean? I've been hearing it. I think it's slang. I think all the cool people say
I'm pretty sure buzzing is like, isn't that an alcohol thing?
I think buzz driving, but buzzing I think is like we're ready to go.
I'm pretty sure someone says like I'm buzzing right now. It means like they're on a buzz.
I don't think
I don't know. There's multiple.
The heater, the portable space heater, is buzzing.
Yeah, there's multiple. Well, yeah, there's multiple things that could be said there. Seth certainly has a point. Trent certainly has a point. I don't think I would use buzzing in that way for what it's worth. I don't think I've ever said buzzing.
Boys are buzzing. Urban Dictionary. The boys are buzzing when something good is happening or is about to happen. Urban Dictionary is absolutely like 100% true most of the time.
Yeah, Phil is like the king of slang, though, too. Like, how does Phil not know this? He's the king of slang and shortening things that shouldn't be shortened.
Trent, you should be careful with Urban Dictionary. I don't know. You might learn some new stuff there you didn't know before.
Yeah, I heard Phil means no. I'm just kidding. Sometimes I start a sentence and do not know where it's going.
Filma.
Thank goodness.
Phil. Producer's getting old. He's beyond buzzing back there. What is in that Yeti cup, man? Seriously.
I was going to say.
Chill out.
And he has like a giant straw, too. Like, was he Phil?
Sorry.
So, Phil, how we doing here? Phil's wife made us some wonderful cookies. They're presented on the table right now.
Got a nice little cookie selection there.
Cookie spread.
Cookie spread.
The cookies are buzzing.
In honor of our cookie draft, my wife made us some cookies that we've enjoyed before the podcast, kind of rated them. Which ones are better. I'm personally a thumbprint guy. I know we talked about this, but the thumbprints every time for sure. Like little berry jam on the top. So I'm doing all right.
Are those your thumbs? Because those are some huge thumbs and thumbprints. In the
I only do the thumbprints of the cookies.
So it's just like this, sticking his thumb
just like a what do they call it? The line. It's just an elbow of one of my kids. That's what it is.
This is going weird. I don't know.
I mean, things are going well. Got a spread of cookies. Maybe you're feeling buzzing from all the sugar rush that you have.
Yes, it's like I feel alive. It is 9:24 in the Dude Den, and I haven't felt better. Like, it's cold outside. We got a freeze warning. It is 43 degrees right now. Might get down to high mid-30s.
And you're in like a cold gear 511 shirt, man.
Just in here flexing. Yeah, it is not a tight fit, even though it may look like it on YouTube.
Camera adds 5 pounds.
Jordan, how we doing? Follow us on YouTube at tffdudes. Look that up. We got our Christmas movie draft on there.
Yeah.
Came out yesterday when you listen to this. It'll come out on podcast on Friday. But Jordan, how we doing? You just had a basketball game?
Yeah, I just had a basketball game. Rough one, lost by 2. Missing one of my best players. So got sick. So it is what it is, but we're gonna bounce back tomorrow and ready to get this pod going.
Yeah.
Did you throw any chairs in the locker room?
No. I coach JV basketball, Phil.
Did you break any clipboards?
You can't get that mad.
Did you pull any Brady's and throw the tablet?
No.
All right.
Maybe at the refs. I was pretty upset with the refs, but
did you get a T?
No, I got close.
Oh man,
we will clap it up.
Gave me a stern warning.
He's got a T before that we've clapped. Didn't you get a T and we clapped it up for you?
I haven't gotten a T in a while. I get a lot of stern warnings though. I'll go right up to the line, and then I'll just be like, okay.
Yeah. Then you're respectful.
Then I'm respectful.
And then here's the thing with referees is like obviously, like, you can only be mad to them to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're only human, number one. But number two, like after the game, do they coach the varsity game right after?
Do they ref the? Yeah, they usually ref 2 games.
Ref.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't really give them a peace of mind because you don't want to impact. Like,
Yeah, today was a tournament, so it was a different team. But like, yeah, and the problem is you see the same refs like at least 2-3 times a year.
Yeah, refs are like elephants; they don't forget.
Yeah,
That's true.
and they enjoy good nachos from the snack bar.
I couldn't tell you.
I do. I don't ref. You know, I show me someone who doesn't enjoy good nachos, and they probably have a problem in their life.
Yeah, I would say too, like the nachos. We've had a snack food draft, I believe, before in the past. They got to be up there in terms of just like that nacho cheese that you get in the can that'll last,
That's
like
the
a nuclear
absolute
war.
worst. You guys are weird.
No, they aren't bad, man. They last forever.
They aren't bad.
I think
They
I
last
got
forever.
I think I got like 9 cans from Y2K in my pantry still.
Oh my gosh.
But
What's up with this Washington State Fresno State game? When is that one?
that's on Saturday, and we got games on Saturday.
What time
too.
on Saturday?
I have it
12:30.
12:30. Then we got NFL at 1, right?
Yep.
Jordan
Yeah,
has 3 TVs. If he wants to invite anyone,
I
over,
got
we don't.
2, and I'm probably gonna be at a basketball tournament. So
So your house
So
is
we can,
open.
available.
So the dudes can be buzzing at Jordan's
So you
place.
won't
I'll
be
bring
there.
my TV.
Yes. Are there tickets?
Eat all his ramen.
The thing is that this
There's
is
tickets. Yeah, it's at SoFi.
There's tickets still available.
SoFi is a big stadium.
Yes, for sure. I just didn't know. Fresno State's pretty close. I don't know. They might pack that place out.
Yeah, but like Fresno State Stadium holds like what, 45,000,
I think it's 38,000
38,000
around there.
Yeah, it's a cool little game there. I'm sure it'd probably be fun right around the holidays. I'm sure there'll be like some Santa Claus sightings. Yeah, I don't know. That's a cool game.
I don't know what Santa. Never mind.
Jimmy Kimmel's going to be there? Right?
No, so at every bowl game, they always pan to a Santa Claus. Come on, are you?
Yeah.
Or is it Jimmy Fallon?
No, Jimmy Kimmel.
It's Kimmel.
It's Kimmel, yeah. He was at a Rose Bowl that I don't know if you guys knew this. I went to the Rose Bowl, the Wisconsin Badgers versus the TCU Horned Toads.
Andy Dalton was there. Russell Wilson was not. You always try to say Russell Wilson was there. He
But
was still at NC State.
I think JJ Watt was there.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw TCU at Disneyland that year.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I sat like
Pretty sure I saw Andy Dalton at Disneyland.
That's awesome. Did you get his autograph?
No.
This is a funny thing that I was thinking
Some
about.
people
the
get
other day.
starstruck and some don't, Phil. You're one of the ones
That's
that
true.
do.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is what I was thinking about the other day. Since
We should have a starstruck draft, like people who would starstruck you.
yeah, there's been
That's
a
a good one.
There's been a bad. I told you about the Ross guy. I also yelled at Adam Carolla out of excitement one time. Do you guys know who that is? He's like a
think
radio
so.
personality.
Yes, I know who Adam Carolla
Yeah,
is.
it was actually right around this time. So we just a total sidebar. We were at a restaurant with it was my wife and then our oldest daughter. She was just a baby at the time, and I see this guy walking up, and I'm like, man, that's Adam Carolla, and I am like, oh man, that's Adam Carolla. He's just like a C level, I mean, maybe he's like B C level, like star. Do you get what I'm saying a little bit?
Yes.
Anyhow, he goes to open the door of the restaurant, and I just yelled at him on the top of my lungs. I was
He
like,
has a record for the most downloaded podcast.
yeah, he's a huge podcaster. Anyhow, I yelled at him at the top of my lungs. I think this was right when he was at his peak podcast days. I was like, Carolla! And he like maybe thought I was going to attack him or something like that. And I don't know what is. So then I just looked at him, and he looked at me, and he's just like, what does this guy want? And then I didn't know what to do. So then I just did like the Gary Bertier point.
No, you did not.
At him though. Like I was just like,
I wish you would have peeled out in the
I
street.
just like no
should've just decked him.
I was innocent. No, we had to continue staying at
I
the
wish a
same
waitress
restaurant.
would have T-boned you like what happened to Gary Bertier when
I
he
just
did that.
I just pointed at him, and he's just like he's just so confused as to what I'm doing, and then he goes, "What's up, man? Happy New Year." And I was like, "Happy New Year." And then he just walked into the restaurant.
I bet your wife was so
She
proud.
was so mad at me. She's like, "I hate when you do that stuff." Oh man. The people in the restaurant are like, how do they let a guy like that have children? Like,
Wait, this was like yesterday?
this was so my daughter was like 6 months old, or just a couple months old, or probably a year
Probably
so.
woke the baby too.
It was probably
like
2016.
like your 1-year-old daughter.
No, my older one. It was in 2016. So I was a younger man, 26 years old, still pretty spry. But I think he just, I have a face that looks like I might be in the business, and he's just like, do I know this guy?
You definitely have the face for radio.
He's like, this guy might be some up-and-coming podcaster.
Little did he know.
Yeah, I'm gonna rub this in his face.
Can't wait
one
for him
day.
to listen to this and just be like, I remember that
I can't
guy.
wait for you to Gary Bertier him one more time.
I like how you knew exactly what I was talking about, though, when I
Absolutely.
said Gary Bertier. Just gave him the point. Anyhow.
Is that
Just
the
a little
point when
side
he's
story.
driving or the point on the field? I was thinking the point when he drove.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
one time when he points at the coach.
No, I'm thinking about when he's driving.
All right. Well, today's episode is brought to you by today's picks are brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is DFS made easy. You pick 2 to 6 players and an over/under in the projections, and you can win up to 10 times an entry. Just insert the promo code dudes, and they will match you up to $100. And they got a little special promo going right now, Jordan. It is Merry Pickmas. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, I think that's what they're calling it.
And so if you do a $25 entry, they will put you in a drawing, right?
No.
How do you do this? I'm
You were
still-
so bad. I told you this like 3 times through text message today.
Yeah, but like,
Reading's hard.
I skim read.
Explain it to him like he's 6.
Yeah, explain it to me a little better.
Okay, so today, if you would have played at $25
Thank you.
in Prize Picks, you know, it could have been $5 bets, whatever you want
I
to do.
normally don't like people who send like voice messages. I would accept
but
it from
yes. And they
What about
send
$1
you,
like my bets?
No, they send you $100 free pick. So it's like probably like a free pick. You got to get all 5 to win $100. You've gotten free picks before, Trent.
you. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all it is. If you'd have been like, I think if you spend like $100, it was like a one to win like 200 or you win up. Tomorrow is a $20 free play.
I know. I love the free play. So yeah.
Protected
So it's like
play.
an advent calendar.
Yes.
Yes. A DFS advent calendar. I hope Prize Picks doesn't see this. They might steal you from us, but that also could be the best thing that happens to this show. But Jordan, Seth is kind of like, I don't know, if he's a Christmas character, I'd say he's like a mix between the Grinch and Uncle Eddie. Is that accurate?
Throw something at him, Seth.
That's why he's
Honestly,
not
I think
on
I'd
cam.
rather lean more towards the Grinch than Uncle Eddie.
Yes, for sure.
You look like the Grinch. You dress like Uncle Eddie. That's what I should have said.
Hey, I'm warm.
Yeah.
Jordan, you got any plays you kind of like?
You know
here?
what?
You just read a couple Thursday night football ones.
Here, let me
off
give
for
you
us.
one. Let me give you one that I'm really liking. Seahawks defense is just it's just
buns.
It's not the best. They've been a little bit better towards pass. They still give a ton of yards on the run, but I think Brock Purdy, even though this is really only his second start, 200 yards, I don't think that's going to be a problem for him. That's total.
So Brock Purdy, like I was gonna make.
He is hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna make.
yeah,
He is questionable.
Ayuk was going to be my play, my
That is
start of the
my
week, and I
apologies
couldn't
on
do
that.
it. I couldn't make myself make Ayuk my play at start of the week because I didn't know
I
what
think they
Purdy.
might. I think they might run the ball a lot too on the Seahawks. They are giving up like the past 4 games. They're giving up like the most rushing yards per game of the past like 4 games.
Yeah,
So they're-
I like the CMC over 78.5 rushing yards.
I think he
like that
definitely
too.
easily gets that.
I doubt he won't play. Like
Yeah, I think he does too.
I
he
think,
plays too.
but don't you think? I mean, 200 yards is not.
Get me a Saturday
Wild.
game real quick, just because some plays because we're
He
gonna.
only had 185 last week. Phil.
So we have Kirk Cousins 259, Matt Ryan 245.
I might do the Matt Ryan over passing yards. Maybe.
What about Michael Pittman over 62.5 receiving yards?
I like that also.
Justin Jefferson over 87.5 receiving yards.
I would smash that.
Yeah.
What do you think about the? I want to know what Sam Darnold went last week. He has 100,
If you hit the
170.
little thing on the top
No.
left, it tells you.
I'm pretty sure Sam Darnold didn't throw even remotely
No,
close to
he didn't.
200.
He didn't.
They just ran the ball all over the Seahawks.
Slapping the base on the under there, maybe.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson over 64.5 receiving yards
I like that one also.
against the Lions.
Yeah, Lions are really weak against.
I mean, his number's just too low on what Garrett Wilson's done
Yeah.
the last 4 to 5 weeks.
I agree. I do like that one, but
The
so-
CMC one is really nice.
And you get a free
Kenneth Walker's in there. I don't know,
He's up in the air if he's going to
Yeah,
play.
I don't-
We aren't sure.
that
no,
one
he's
would
off.
just-
He's off the injury
but that
report.
would just push, right? If he, let's just say it didn't.
Yeah, he is playing though. Chris Olave over 56.5 receiving yards against Atlanta.
Yeah. What about what is man? I don't think I'd play Drake London. I don't know. We don't know enough about
No,
Ritter
I'm
yet.
not touching Drake London.
Let's let's jump into our preview, our Week 15 preview. Seth, can you read us the results?
You know, Trent asked me for Prize Picks plays and then just cuts me short.
Yeah,
you have
just
more
going on there.
Here's what I'm afraid of. These guys are just going to talk about the 49ers and Seahawks, and these two will talk for 45 minutes
that's
about
fair.
that
There
game.
is a big game going on tomorrow.
Yeah, but
tomorrow. There's a big game.
I know. So I know that's all that Phil is going to talk about, and I know that's all Seth wants to talk about too. So like, if that game was a little bit more down, I wouldn't. But
Use check 6.5.
do you want to read the totals, Jordan, or do you want Seth to read the totals? You can read them if you'd like, and then Seth, you go ahead and pull that graphic up while you're looking for the totals. Jordan, go ahead and give us a follow at tffdudes on Twitter and Instagram. Go ahead and go to YouTube, search tffdudes, hit the bell, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Helps us out. So go check us out on YouTube, and yeah. Jordan, you want to give us some totals?
So last week, I was in last at 7-6. Trent and Seth both went 8-5, and Phil was your winner in week 14 with 9-4. So that brings our totals to Trent still in last place at 119 and 89. Phil and I are tied for second place at 128 and 80, and Seth has one game on us at 129 and 79 for first place. It is going to be a tight all the way down the stretch for these next 4 weeks to determine who wins this thing.
And Seth was in first place, then you took it, and then Seth's back in first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, I don't want to steal anyone else's, calls or anything. Phil, do you want to give us the Thursday night preview and give us the lines and totals, please?
Yeah, I'd be happy to, especially for this game. This is a really exciting game here on the NFC West matchup here. We have the Niners in Seattle. Go Hawks. The current total right now is 43, and San Francisco is currently favored by 3.5. We don't have any starts or sits in this game, but we've already kind of talked about it a little bit. I'm sure there's a little bit more we could probably get into. We mentioned Purdy is questionable, although we're pretty sure he plays. You guys really like McCaffrey in this matchup, and then Walker looks like he's going to be playing this week. But what else what am I missing here?
Yeah, this is a great running spot. The Seahawks are giving up 160 rushing yards per game. They are 31st against, running backs. So definitely a smash play for McCaffrey. The 49ers are the toughest team against rushing yards. So even if Walker plays, I don't know if you really want to be excited about playing him. Passing yards, San Francisco is 12th, and Seahawks are 18th against the pass. Like I said, I do like Brandon Ayuk in this game if Brock Purdy plays. I had Ayuk as my start of the week. I was going to do it, and then with the Purdy news, I didn't feel comfortable doing that.
Who's playing for them if Purdy doesn't?
That is something I have not even looked at. Is it Nate Mullins, I believe, or Nick Mullins? Sorry. I get those two mixed up every once in a while, but I believe it is Mullins, if I remember right. He was there last week. It is Josh Johnson. I'm sorry. Mullins was there last year. My apologies. Yeah, they just signed Josh Johnson. He's
been around the block for a while.
He was with the Jets last year, correct?
Yeah, I think he was with the Dolphins a little bit too. He's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable playing Ayuk.
No, I wouldn't either. My thoughts on this game are Lockett, DK are fine. It's a tough spot for Seattle as a whole. I don't really like anybody on Seattle. But I think Walker, Lockett, DK are fine. Walker's a little worrisome coming off the injury. And then, it's a great spot for CMC, like you guys said. Who's filling in for Debo? McLeod? Is it Ray?
I think it's Juwan
Jennings.
I was thinking Juwan.
Okay. They're interesting, but I don't think you really are using those guys in the fantasy playoffs. Maybe they're more like showdown DFS plays than anything else.
What do you think about Kittle this week?
Do you think Seattle keeps it close?
I could see him just run blocking. That's the thing. He's so good at run blocking. That's the problem.
If he keeps it close, I like Kittle. If they keep it close, I like Kittle. If you tell me it's a competitive game, or if Seattle's winning, I like Kittle. Mm-hmm. But if you think it's going to be like a 20-point blowout, then no.
I don't know if it's going to be a 20-point blowout. I think that the Niners definitely will win this game, unfortunately. But do you think it's going to be a 20-point blowout?
I think it's going to be 2 touchdowns, maybe more. Double digit, I think.
Short week, though. Usually short weeks don't lead to blowouts, I would say.
And a banged up QB.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
And before we get any further, I'd just like to congratulate everyone still listening to this podcast. That means you probably either A, love us, or B, made playoffs. So I'm assuming it's because you made playoffs, not because you love us. So congratulations on making it this far. And
thank you.
Thank you. And thank you.
Merry
as
Christmas.
Always. I'll say that for one more week, but yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, it's December. Anything else here we kind of want to dive in? I don't see anyone else other than who you said starting on the Seahawks, Jordan, unless there's some fake punt that they have designed for your guy there, Phil Horner.
Oh, Homer.
But
no, I don't.
this should be a pretty good Thursday night football game, though.
I know the Niners are going to win, but I'm all in on the Hawks. You can put my name down on the Hawks. I'm going to go down a game, and I know Seth can't because he's leading the way right now. So
No, I won't.
yeah.
You're putting pressure on.
So
Seth,
just watch.
I want to be wrong though.
Watch when the Hawks win, and I go up a game because I know you all are going to choose the Niners.
I got Niners.
All right.
I'm picking the Niners too.
I'm going 49ers.
Yeah, just watch and wait when Monday rolls around and I'm here gloating on the fact that
No, you'll be gloating tomorrow on the group text.
That's true. That's true.
I would just go ahead and mute Phil's Twitter for the next, if they win, just it'd be like, wow, this guy had only sent 80 tweets before this, and now he sent 430, in the last 5 minutes.
I do need to work on my Twitter game a little bit. I've, I'll admit it. I'll be the first to admit I tweet. Actually, no, I'm getting a little bit better. Had a little back and forth with some people on Sunday.
You tweet the most about the Lions.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. I tweet most
And
about
you're a
the Lions.
Seahawks fan.
And I'm a Seahawks fan.
Makes sense.
Recently converted Lions fan is what I'd like to call it. All right.
So you're not a Seahawks fan anymore.
I am still a Seahawks fan.
I hope a fan makes you a jersey that has DK Metcalf. No, that has Geno Smith and Jared Goff jersey sewn into each other.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Look at Jared Goff, man. Why couldn't he play like this on the Rams?
He went to the Super Bowl one time. He didn't play terrible.
Fantasy wise, that year I think they won. I think he was QB6.
He was adequate.
Yeah.
I mean, QB6 is
again.
No. But in the
kinda,
Super Bowl, yeah. Sorry,
but kind of what that showed, though.
Fantasy, but
kind of what that showed was the coach. The coach realized, hey, I can coach
quarterbacks. Yeah,
that's kind of what it showed. But let's go to the next game. Let's go to the next game, Phil.
Man, it's crazy that he finished QB6. I did not realize that, Seth. We should probably check that because I remember him.
He for sure finished top 10.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, we have 16 games this week?
Yeah, we do. All right, next game. We have some Saturday games. Get excited, Jordan. I know you're going to be at a...
Guess what? We still have to talk about the Lions. That's why
I know.
Here's the thing, Jordan. I know you're going to be at basketball, so I know you're a little bit Getting teed up. That's right. A little disappointed you're not going to be catching these games, but we are moving on. It is the Colts and the Vikings. The Vikings are currently favored by 4, and the total right now is 48.5. You guys both have starts in this because you were a little bit disrespectful. I'm going to let Trent start. Trent, let's do your start.
This is a Saturday game.
This is a Saturday game.
I don't feel like... I feel pretty good about it. I am starting this guy in a playoff matchup. I am starting Matt Ryan over Tom Brady in a playoff matchup. I'm going with Matt Ryan as my start of the week. The Minnesota Vikings are allowing 287 passing yards per game. That is dead last against the pass. Look at what Jared Goff, Phil's, favorite quarterback, did to this defense last week. I think that Matt Ryan could have a really good game. I know the last time we saw Matt Ryan, he just got destroyed by the Dallas Cowboys. They've had a bye week. I think he'll be better. He still thinks he can keep playing, so I think he'll have a nice bounce back game. This is the perfect get right game for Matt Ryan. And with Matt Ryan being my start of the week, I'm going to pass it over to Jordan for his start of the week.
Yeah, my start of the week is Michael Pittman. I think it's a dream spot for Pittman in the Colts passing attack, like Trent just said. Minnesota gives up the most passing yards, second most fantasy points to wide receivers. Last 3 weeks, they've been absolutely torched by these 3 quarterbacks: Mac Jones, Mike White, and Jared Goff. I mean, it's not like Matt Ryan's that far. I mean, no matter what you think of Matt Ryan, he's not that far away. From Mac Jones, Mike White and Jared Goff, and they just got absolutely torched.
I feel bad that I was pumping these guys up like around their secondary up like after the Buffalo game. I
You
look
were,
like,
yeah,
I look
quite a
like a
bit.
buffoon.
No, but they had a decent showing in that game. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Peterson got you hyped there.
They
a little
kind of
bit.
have some playmakers, but
They have
they're
playmakers,
old.
but they're not good at
Yeah.
coverage. Like
Yeah, they're old
they'll-
playmakers.
Yes,
Yeah,
they'll
if
make
it's thrown
plays,
short,
but
they'll
yeah.
pick it for sure.
Yeah, so I just
If it's an underthrown ball by 20 yards,
if they throw it right to them, they'll take it.
They're not jumping
that
any
is
out
one-
routes
that
though.
was one of the best takes I've ever heard you say, Phil. Like if it's a bad pass, it's theirs.
Yeah, I like Michael Pittman a lot. I like the whole passing attack. I don't know if I can go. Yeah, I definitely like Matt Ryan stacks on the little Saturday 3-game DFS slate a little bit though.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Like Jefferson's awesome in this game.
Can Dalvin Cook finally have a
I don't know,
get-right
man.
game?
I don't know
Like,
if he's very good anymore. It's the thing.
Colts are not. They're 21st on rushing yards allowed per game, so it could be. But I feel like their coach, he's an offensive-minded coach. I think he's just a passing.
He's a pass guy.
and it's like we're gonna get.
Can
Justin,
you blame him though when you're Justin
It's
Jefferson?
like we're gonna get Justin Jefferson the ball, and he had success with Cooper Kupp, like we all know. So I don't think they're utilizing Dalvin Cook, but I also think that in the back of their mind, they're probably like, "Hey, Dalvin Cook, he's kind of been fragile in the past. Let's keep him for playoffs." We're talking about how bad Dalvin Cook. He has 950 rushing yards, 8
Yeah, that's
TDs.
good.
Not a terrible. He hasn't been hurt yet. I'm going to knock on the table. It is not wood, unfortunately. But Dalvin Cook has 950 rushing yards. Jonathan Taylor has 861, but only has half the touchdowns that Dalvin Cook has. So maybe where you got him in your draft wasn't too bad. Anything else you kind of would say on this game, Jordan? Like it seems like Jefferson's going for his 100th reception. It seems like it's just Justin Jefferson and that's it. Maybe an Adam Thielen touchdown, every 3
Yeah.
games or something. But
Yep. A little bit TJ Hawkinson mixed in.
Yep. It's just seems the way that people are looking at the Vikings, it doesn't seem like they're 10-3.
It doesn't. You're right.
doesn't.
Well, one of the things that I see me going around the last few days is the point differential by record, and the Vikings are like the only team in like the top 6 teams or something that have a negative point differential and are 10-3.
Oh, really?
They have
Well-
-1 point differential, and everyone else is like above 30.
Well, that's because everyone else with that high of a win percentage didn't get like absolutely. The 2 of their losses, they just got the brakes beat off of them, right? By the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what did it to them because Kirk Cousins
You're right.
either shows up or doesn't show up. And that kind of reminds me, I'm going to give a little spoiler here, but Dad Moves comes out on Thursday. Day, you got this. You should probably go check that out. Go sign up for it at our Twitter at tffdudes, or you can sign up for it at www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And I feel like a jerk giving this out right now. I'm going to do a little spoiler here, but where are we at here?
Prepare yourselves
I'm
for this.
scrolling through. I wasn't planning on doing this.
We're 2 games in, by the way. Jordan.
I
I
know, but let me see here.
You want me to just move to the next one? You can catch up.
Who are we taking in this game?
This is a good. This is
Seth,
a good
who do
one.
you have?
I am going Vikings.
I'm going Vikings here.
I got Minnesota. Trent.
I am going Minnesota. And like I said, I'm not a good
Skull.
skim reader. Here it is right here, okay? The Frosty the Snowman Award. The
All right.
Frostiest Snowman Award. It goes to, sure, Frosty Snowman's a lot of fun. He sings, he dances, and yells happy birthday for some weird reason, but he melted when he got locked in the greenhouse and under heat. So the Frosty Award goes to you, primetime Kirk Cousins. You have a loaded, supported cast, are super talented. So what happens when you're put under the heat of those primetime lights? You melt. So yeah, that's
a good-
just
good
something
one,
on
Rick.
the end.
That's a
it
good
just
one
took
for-
me 20 minutes to find it.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
know.
on me. So
He had to put it into
couldn't
Google
just-
Translate from. I don't
well,
know.
the article's not out yet, guys, so I'm doing a little preview. I'm in an editor mode, but yeah, so go check out Dad Moves. You'll really like it. I feel like that's a good little tease there. But yeah, every Thursday, and he's having his holiday awards episode or
Yeah.
article.
Don't
coming
refer
out.
to yourself as a tease, please, in my presence ever again. All right, let's
What
move
about
on
a
here.
Christmas Grim?
Little mistletoe there. All right, moving on here. We have the Ravens at the Browns. Cleveland is currently favored by 3 right now at home, and the total right now is 37. I'm assuming this is because Lamar's not playing and Huntley's not playing. I should have checked the news before this. So who is starting for the Ravens? You guys,
It is starting right now.
Anthony Brown.
Anthony Brown.
Is he another like Lamar / Huntley
Yeah,
style
just like-
quarterback? They all have like that's their 3 quarterbacks are all the same style.
Yeah, just not nearly as good.
They have
For
Huntley,
sure.
and then who's the other one? Is it Huntley and Huntley?
Anthony Brown is who's going to
I know,
start.
but there's another one they just signed, right? They have Huntley and Huntley. It's
Brett Hundley?
Yeah, I think they have Tyler Huntley and Brett Hundley.
Oh, they just signed him.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad still.
Who did they have? McSorley
The old guy who
before?
was with the Packers for a while, went to UCLA.
Yes, yeah,
Didn't they have McSorley for a little bit?
they did. Yeah,
He played kind of Lamar-esque. He would like to run a little bit and kind of air it out when he
I
could.
can't remember where he's at.
He's in
now.
Arizona.
He is in Arizona. He's behind Colt McCoy.
So Tyler Huntley was at practice, but not cleared with the concussion
He is
protocol
concussion,
and in a
correct.
hoodie. Well, Anthony Brown and Brett Hundley were wearing helmets and practice gear.
You're talking about point differential teams. You know, you talk about the Vikings and how maybe they aren't getting the respect for the record they have. The Browns got to be right there also. They're or the Ravens. Sorry, the Ravens are 9-4.
The Ravens do have I think the lowest point differential for their record.
Yeah,
But they still have a better one than the Vikings. The Vikings do have a better record.
This game sucks. Like, why are we talking?
it's not good.
It's true.
It's like
No one wants
just-
to watch this game.
Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins are in a split and a good matchup.
I'm tempted to pivot my sit of the week to Nick Chubb.
Yeah, it's a hard matchup for Nick Chubb.
Do you want to pivot?
No, because I didn't make a graphic
think through
for
it?
it on the YouTube page. So
I
that kind of
just-
locks me in.
Yeah, this game kind of sucks. DFS, I might play a little Dobbins and Gus like together on the 3-game slate, but I don't know. You're not starting anyone comfortably here. Like, you're probably playing Amari Cooper in your playoff matchup. Does it feel great? No.
And a third-string QB still probably beats Deshaun Watson here, potentially.
It's possible.
I
But you're
would-
not playing any Ravens like Mark Andrews. Like, you just have to feel like so bad you having to play him, but you
Yeah,
have to.
I feel terrible.
The Browns are the second toughest team against the run, so I wouldn't play Chubb if you don't have to. I wish that would be a solid.
This is
So you're playing Hawkinson maybe then? If you're playing a tight end that
Are
on
you-
that day.
I mean, you're playing Andrews, but like, you're
I'm
talking
just-
about DFS?
if you're playing, if you're
yeah.
playing a tight end that day, who are you
For
playing?
DFS?
Yes.
I think I like Njoku actually the most.
Oh yeah,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
that's a good
That
point.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
that makes
That
more
makes sense.
sense.
Here's the deal. You will never live with yourself knowing that you lost a fantasy football playoff game if Mark Andrews or Nick Chubb goes off.
Yeah,
for-
you know, you have to play them, but like, I don't know. I'm taking Cleveland here.
You will never forgive yourself, Seth. Remember that.
I'm
for
taking the
other
Browns
reasons.
too.
I'm going to go.
This is the game I'm watching the Fresno State game over, by the way.
I'm
It's
watching-
almost
Yes.
the same time slot, so I'm not watching this
I'm
game.
going to go Ravens win this one.
I'm going Ravens as well.
Trent's down 11 or 9 games, right? He needs
Yeah,
to
he
catch
has
up.
to just go
Start
for it.
making some moves. All right, moving
has been
on
one
here,
of my crazy
boys.
ones.
This is moving on here. They're not favored, but it's still not a crazy one, you know. So Trent and I took Baltimore. You guys took Cleveland, right? Sweet. All right, moving on here. We have Dolphins at Bills. Bills are currently favored by 7, and the total right now is 43.5. Are the Dolphins gonna go on a 3-game skid right here, guys? Like, what are we thinking here for the Dolphins? I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of fantasy stuff we want to talk about, but what do you guys think about? Is this going to be a 3-game skid?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's supposed to snow, right?
Yeah, the weather's supposed to be horrible, and that's why it's a 42 total. Or what is it? What do you say it was now, Phil?
Yeah, the total right now is 43.5.
So it's went up a little bit, which makes you think.
It actually went down. It went from 47.5 to 43.5.
When I did this yesterday, it was a 42.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So, I
it's
mean,
gone up from
it
then.
gone up. That makes, but I mean, yeah, it opened at a 47.
I'll
Now
look at
it's
the
at a
weather right now.
43. Last time you did that, Seth, you said it wasn't going to rain. The game got postponed and moved somewhere else.
For the record, it was snow, not rain.
Yeah.
Whatever it was,
Yeah.
you.
For the record, he
He
can't.
was right. It was not rain.
Idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, use your head, Jordan.
No, he said it's not going to rain. That's what
I'm kidding. All right. So you think
Rain?
yeah, it is supposed to snow, 60% chance.
6-7 inches. That's what, right?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Fitzpatrick will be there,
Okay.
I'd assume.
Yeah, you do not know that.
But the weather's going to be bad here, so I don't know. Like, I don't really like Tua. I don't like, I guess you're playing Tyreek Hill, obviously.
Yep.
But I don't know. You're playing Hill and Waddle and I guess if Jeff Wilson's out, Mostert's good, but I don't know.
Probably
this game just could
Mostert
be
is
really weird.
is actually a great play if he's out and it's snowing.
Yeah. The thing with Tyreek Hill is I know it's hard to tackle in the snow, and like those guys, if they can just get him short routes, like it might actually
And he
be
breaks
good for
one,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, he breaks one. But on the flip side, like the Dolphins were cold in LA.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they had heaters in LA.
Did you see the I forget that, I don't know why I'm blanking on the
The
coach's
shirts?
name, but he wore a shirt to practice
Yeah, it's
saying
not
like
cold
something
enough.
about like it's not, or it's like something about
Not
it's not
cold,
cold enough
yeah.
here or something, or I don't know.
Yeah. So like, are they going to really want to tackle like Stephon Diggs on? I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
going to be a weird. I don't know.
The Dolphins. What is it? Sorry, Buffalo. The Dolphins are not great against the tight end. Maybe a Dawson Knox game. I hate bringing up Dawson Knox though. Like I feel like he's due. He finally had a touchdown last week. Is a snow game a Dawson Knox game? Maybe so. I don't know if you really want to gamble on that. He maybe is on your waiver wire. Like if you have Dawson Knox, you probably just play him no matter what every week.
You're getting the most rushing yards probably out of Allen, and then maybe a split between Singletary and Cook.
You're just if you have Cook or Singletary, you just hope that guy. If you have one of them, you just hope he's the hot hand that game.
Yeah, they're essentially in an equal amount of snaps now. So
But just the amount of snap or the amount of run plays is probably going to go up pretty
you would
significantly.
think so.
Anything else here, guys?
No, I got Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo also.
I'm going Buffalo. All right, moving on here. Moving on here. We have the Steelers at the Panthers. We are now on Sunday games here. So we got Steelers at Panthers. Carolina is currently favored by 2.5 coming over that big win against Seattle. And the total right now is 37.5. So another dropper here, Jordy. This one went from 40 to 37.5. This one might be our lowest total of the week. Sorry, Ravens-Browns is our lowest total. This one's probably our second lowest total of the week here as I'm going down through these games. Actually, Broncos-Cardinals, 36.5. So
Yeah, it's ugly.
if they can do it, they will. So what do you guys think about this game? This one's not the prettiest game either, though. You know
Yeah,
what
let's
I'm saying?
make this quick. Freiermuth, you're playing him in your playoffs. I don't know if I can trust Pickens right now. Or
Pickens or
Deontay.
DJ Moore, if you had to play one.
Oh, man.
DJ Moore is kind of banged up right now. I don't know if he's been cleared
You
to
know,
play.
maybe Mitch Trubisky just throws some awfully contested ball to Pickens and he just grabs
That's
a couple.
fair.
Like I think that's the safer option.
He had a bad game last week, Seth, and he had 73 receiving.
He only got
yards.
3 targets,
Yeah,
though,
that's
and
true.
3
That's what
catches. So
hurts.
I-
and they were bad throws, weren't they? Like weren't they like really
you're-
contested
You're
catches?
banking on a deep one. Najee, I guess, is fine. I guess DJ Moore. I'm trying not to play DJ Moore this week. And it's a 3-way split with the Carolina running backs between Hubbard and Foreman, and even I'm blanking on who the third guy was this past week.
And it's kind of a bummer because Hubbard's been at least last week, he looked pretty decent.
Blackshear, is that
Blackshear, yeah, out of Virginia Tech.
This is weird. I'm just looking at it. Moore played 96% of the snaps last week and ended up having a hurt ankle, but he had
He had like no
he had
targets
no
either.
targets or anything. So I think he played the whole game hurt. MRI says it's not.
He's
too
playing. I saw he went
significant.
to not on the injury report. So yeah, I don't know. I don't love anything really in this game. I like Freiermuth. That's about it.
That's fair to say.
Anything else there,
You guys
guys?
haven't. I mean, it's just,
No, I'm gonna say
2 5-8 teams for what it's worth.
I'm taking the Panthers here.
yeah. I think without Pickett's for sure not playing.
he had a concussion, so I'm gonna assume he's not playing. Do you have a hit of the concussion, Seth? Does it look?
I think his head just hit the ground pretty hard.
Okay.
I think he kind of got slammed.
I'm going to go with.
Kenny Pickett practice today.
I think I'm still going Carolina.
Do you feel better with Pickett
On the field for a fully padded practice, he's still in concussion protocol. That makes me think he's going to play.
Yeah, he's going to get cleared.
Then I'm taking the Steelers.
I'm taking Panthers.
I'm gonna go Panthers also.
This is going to be a rough week for me.
I'll let Jordan stay on the island here. I'll stick with the Panthers.
hashtag keep pounding. That's their
Pittsburgh's been
Twitter.
good to me, man. They won like 3 out of 4. I think I've been on them on all 3 of those wins.
Should check out apartments there. All right, moving on.
Maybe I will, Phil.
Go ahead, Trent. What are you going to give it the
No,
plug? Give
no,
the show a little bit of a plug
yeah,
there?
yeah. No, I already did our dude. I was supposed to do the dude's letter plug here, but I already did it earlier, and I kind of butchered the dad moves.
But if you want to leave us a review.
Yeah, if you have if you don't know what to get us for Christmas, if you don't want to send us pictures of us or whatever,
don't send us pictures, by the way.
Just scroll down the bottom, leave us a 5-star rating and review. Tell us why you like the pod, why you enjoy it. But yeah, we love 5-star rating and reviews. Really helps us out. And don't be rude. Share the dudes. Hey, maybe you don't want to get your weird stepdad a gift. Share this podcast with him.
Or buy him a shirt.
Saturdays
are for the smoker. Your stepdad will like a Saturdays are the smoker shirt.
Yes. Your stepdad will, even if he's weird.
Yeah, everyone likes smoking meat,
Yeah. Or weird uncle, maybe you have a weird Uncle Eddie or whatever. But
cousin,
yeah.
cousin-in-law, whatever it might be. All right, moving on here. We have another game here. We have Eagles versus Bears. Philadelphia is currently favored at 9 in Chicago, and the current total right now is 48.5. We don't have any starts or sits in this game. We can go through it kind of quickly if you guys would like. I think obviously you're just starting all your stud on the Eagles sides. Anything on the Bears that you guys are thinking?
What are you thinking about Justin Fields, Jordan?
Well, I saw he didn't practice today. He's sick.
So they're still
But
I think they said he's going to play though, right?
yeah, I think so. It's a great spot for Montgomery and Fields on the ground. Like pretty decent spot for David Montgomery, Justin Fields rushing wise. Philadelphia's been getting kind of killed on the ground lately. Other than that, I'm not only David Montgomery and Justin Fields are the only playable people on the on the Bears. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't like Cole Kmet, Jordan?
No.
I'm a Cole Kmet guy. I wasn't. I'm starting to become one.
It's a great spot for Miles Sanders again. So I feel like it's another good spot for him. Then, yeah, like Phil said, you're starting Hurts, Devontae, A.J. Brown. Goddard, I think, is trending towards playing. So I think you can plug him right back in and play him.
Okay. I'm going to say Eagles win this game.
Eagles.
Is there anything else we want to talk about on this game?
You
Is
almost
there-
questioned that. That's
are we
kind of
missing
weird.
anything
Eagles,
else?
100%.
I don't like the Eagles, so I hate even saying it. So it is hard to say.
For the record,
I understand.
I'm kind of like feeling right now. I'm being a Phil. I kind of like the Eagles this year. Maybe it's because I have Hurts in a bunch of leagues, but I kind
Don't
of like the
call
Eagles.
that being a Phil for what it's worth.
That is being a Phil. Because I'm not a fan of any other team, but I actually I enjoy watching the Eagles play.
Your second
'cause-
bird team.
It's because Hurts is fun to watch.
Yes, he's very fun to watch.
Yeah.
You like birds.
Yeah, I'm a bird guy.
Bird watching?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Bird watcher, yeah.
Yeah.
Bird watcher Seth.
Bird watcher football.
That is making
Football
sense.
bird watcher.
That's his new team name. Did anyone here make the playoffs?
Bird
in their
boy.
league? Did anyone here? How many leagues did you make the playoffs in? I just want to take a quick
4 out of 4.
4 to 4. Trent.
I actually.
Well, I know you have a million leagues.
I
so-
need to count 1, 2, 3, 4.
While Trent's counting,
I think I'm 4 out of 10, so not great, but
I made it out of 3 out of 4.
Phil?
3 out of 4. I am.
this was the worst year where I felt like most of my leagues, for whatever reason, seem pretty balanced. Jordan, maybe it's because they've added those extra games, but it just seems like there's so many teams that have the same records. I don't know if every league's like that, but I feel like in a lot of my leagues, I had 2 other teams that were, if I win, I'm in the playoffs. So that could have went either way.
Sounds like you're making a lot of excuses.
Seth and I both have
I am
a
making
bye this
excuses,
week
but-
in our dynasty.
In our
league.
dynasty, it's
in our
right.
dynasty league,
Jordan
Seth and I-
fell hard the last 3 weeks in that
Yeah.
dynasty.
Yeah, Seth and I both are representing the pod with the number 1 and 2 seed there.
Trent holding it down at last.
Look at this though here, Jordan.
So
I'm
I'm
telling
3
you,
for 3, just for what
I'm
it's worth.
telling you about this league. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams finish 7-7, and 3 teams finished 6-8. Out of 12 teams, that was that much. There was a
Yeah.
game difference with all of them.
And I barely made it.
Yeah, Seth was the high point, and he barely made it at 6-8.
Oh, and you started peaking right at the right time, didn't you?
No, I've been peaking all year. I've just had the most points against me. my team's actually really.
Let me explain to you what being the high point means, Phil.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
No, my team's been good all year.
It's. Oh, okay.
I just have everyone just scores a lot of points
Yeah,
when they play me.
Oh, so okay, yeah. It's the league that I. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is
Give
we're
us
going
the next
nowhere.
game. We're talking about peaking
Is
at
this
the right
another
time.
we all
trap-
pick Philly, right?
Is this another? We
Yeah.
all picked them. Yeah, Philly the kid. All right, moving on here. Chiefs at
Phillies.
Texans. KC is favored by 14, and the total right now is 49.5. Another trap game, or was that what we're thinking?
I don't think so.
It would be surprising if Houston could pull off
Another
back-to-back
heater?
games where they're just like trap games like that. I feel like once you play a team that tough, you don't necessarily.
And
get to do
KC
it.
got played tough last week too.
Yeah. Davis Mills is like the poor man's Jared Goff. You know what I'm saying?
He is a lot better than Kyle Allen. That's for
Is
sure.
Davis
And
Mills
Kyler Murray.
playing?
Yeah,
Because they
Yeah.
had Driscoll finished the Cowboys game
I think that was a situational thing. I'm not.
where they're just like, hey, Driscoll gives us the best chance to win, so we're going to put our third string quarterback in.
Driscoll will probably play a little bit this week too.
Okay.
It slows the game down, I think. I like Isaiah Pacheco here. I think it's a really good spot for him.
And that was part of their strategy.
You
I
think
think
he
a little
you
bit,
think he
just
get
for
like
the
20
third string.
carries this week?
Yeah, he's been getting like 15, 14.
So he'll probably get 20.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think he could get 20 here. I like Pacheco more than McKinnon just because I think they're winning this game by 2 touchdowns the whole entire time.
Did you see how much McKinnon went for in our fantasy football league?
Yeah, he went for a lot.
He went for 41 fab.
I bet
this
$20.
week.
I was like, this might be too much.
Yeah.
Did you get him?
No, $49.
Oh, sorry. I when Trent talks, I just blank.
Clearly.
Obviously, you're playing Mahomes, Kelsey.
Kelsey needs a bounce back game. Maybe this is
Yeah.
the one for him.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Damian Pierce is out. Houston running backs. I'm not touching them. Agumbawale, Burkhead. I'm not touching any of those guys. And I don't really like anybody on the Houston side. So it's like Pacheco, Mahomes, Kelsey. That's it.
This could be pretty quick. Chiefs.
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 All right, moving on here, boys. We have Cowboys at Jags. Dallas is currently favored by 4, and the current total right now is 47.5. You guys gonna egg bet this game? What's going on? Rough game for the Cowboys last week. Jags on an all-time high, cloud 9. Jordy over there. You guys gonna throw an egg bet down or what? Before we get into this this fantasy wise and your starts and sits, what are we thinking?
I don't think Jordan wants to throw a egg bet down on this game.
I do own egg bet. I need
Do
to
you
pay
want me
that up.
want me to update you on our egg bet list?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So we got who has more wins, Seahawks or Jags? That's Jordan versus Phil.
Oh,
We
I'm
have-
gonna lose that one.
It's close though.
We have
Is
Bronco.
it?
The Seahawks are 7-6 and the Jags are 5-8.
I just assume the Seahawks word.
Yeah. Well, they start out so hot.
Yeah.
Broncos go over the win total 10.5. Phil took the over. Jordan took the under.
I'm pretty sure I bet that in real
10
life.
and a
too.
half.
Do you just want to wash if the Seahawks win more than the Jags?
I don't think that's how
it.
egg bets work, Phil.
not-
We can make a
works.
gentleman's agreement.
Gerald Everett finishes top 10 tight end. Phil versus Jordan.
I think he's going to make it.
I think he's going to make it too. Trevor Lawrence versus Davis Mills. Better fantasy season. Jordan versus Phil. How do I not have any on here? Oh, here's
You're
one.
too scared.
Seahawks beat the Falcons. Phil versus Jordan. I lost that one, I believe.
No, it's you versus Jordan. I was implementing it.
Wait, what?
Okay, I lost that one then. And then we got egg bet Lions versus Jags. And
I think wins.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's gonna be a
that
close.
that might have been yeah, it wins. It was wins.
Yeah, that's gonna be a close one too. Jags are 5-8 and the Lions are 6 and
And then
7.
last week we had Dak versus Huntley total points. Week 14, Phil versus Jordan.
So I
Phil
owe
lost.
like 3 so far.
Yeah, I need to get some on here, but
So this is your opportunity.
We haven't pushed the egg bets as much as we did.
They're kind of
last year.
fun.
Gerald Everett is number 12 right now.
Ooh, this is gonna be close. You need Parham to come through here, Jordan.
I need Goddard to get healthy and play a little bit because he's at 9.
That's probably your best bet.
Herbert has just been playing like absolute trash too. So
It's Komet. It's like Njoku, Komet, Everett, 10, 11, 12.
oh man, Everett,
Schultz, could Schultz do a little bit of something maybe?
we need some TDs
He's
here,
kind of
Everett.
Schultz had 10 targets last week, so Schultz is finally coming around. I thought I maybe made one about Dalton Schultz. I need to keep a little better tabs on those.
All right, you guys want to get in this trend? You have a sit, Jordan. You have a start, Jordan. I'm going to
No,
go. With,
I have
sorry,
both.
you have
This is
both.
both
Sorry.
me.
Let's do your start first, Trent, and let's do your sit
All
after
right,
that.
I have my start. I have Michael Gallup here. I think I probably could have went with Dalton Schultz here, but Gallup had a touchdown catch that he dropped that he should have caught last week. Dalton Schultz also dropped a touchdown catch too. I think Michael Gallup will find the end zone this week versus the Jaguars. He's getting better every week the more you watch the Cowboys. Like, I think Lamb will have a good game too, but it just seems like their big play guy, like Dak, goes to Gallup a lot. I feel like the Cowboys could run away with this game, but I think Gallup gets a touchdown. They're still getting him in a rhythm, getting back into game speed, and you like that T.Y. Hilton signing? I don't know. I should throw that in there.
well, they didn't sign Beckham.
They didn't, but they said we're signing a Pro Bowl wide receiver with all these
T.Y.
stats. And I was
Hilton.
like, wow, we got Beckham, and it was a number 13 jersey too, and it was
Hilton.
Hilton. Yeah,
Fun.
but I think it was his Colts jersey. I don't think the Cowboys 13 is available. But yeah, I got Gallup here. I think it's a good get right game. You know, his feet are getting more wet every week. And then my sit, I have Travis Etienne, and you obviously aren't going to sit him. I'm just saying I don't think he's going to have a good game. Dallas is they're actually allowing a decent amount on the ground. They're 23rd on rushing yards allowed per game. But I think Lawrence is going to be throwing a lot in this game. I think he might maybe he gets the PPR points. This is more of a bold sit for me than anything. Is I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be going to Christian Kirk and Zay Jones, probably short. Etienne's going to get some catches too. That's what's tough about saying to sit him. I'm not like, it's more of just a bold prediction than you're going to play him if he's on your team.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot. Like you said, for the Dallas passing game with Gallup and Schultz and CD. You're just playing all your Cowboys. I think Etienne's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't excite you, but it's not a great matchup. Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram. You said the spread was 4 now, Phil?
Yeah, the spread right now, I believe it is 4. It is.
Yeah, it was 5 so it's going in the Jaguars' favor. I think the Jaguars keep it close here. It's only a 4-point spread, like in Jacksonville.
It opened at 6.5.
Yeah, I think Jaguars keep it close here. This is my gut telling me that. So to keep it close here, that's probably because of the passing game, but it makes me also like the Dallas passing game too, because it means they'll be throwing. So DFS wise, I think Dak to CD, bringing back with Zay, Jones, or Ingram, it's interesting to me a little bit. So
Trevor Lawrence, 20 touchdown passes on the season, 6 interceptions.
he's starting to play well.
It surprises me he only has 6 interceptions.
Yeah, because he's
Not turning the ball
yeah.
over.
Definitely is exciting if it's a Jaguar fan to see what Trevor Lawrence is doing right now. It's a huge test for them. Huge test for Trevor Lawrence. See if he can back last week up with another good game here against a really tough defense.
And I think the Cowboys clinch a playoff spot if they mathematically clinch a playoff spot if they win this game.
I think the Jaguars, they're not mathematically eliminated. I'm just going to throw that out there from playoffs.
They're not. They're on the bubble right now.
Like, if this would be a huge win for them, like, they would actually have life if they could win this game.
Maybe, but the problem is that I think the Jets have a better opportunity of making it into the playoffs.
Who's winning the division though?
Oh, you're right. Here we go here.
Jacksonville is second in the AFC South.
And Titans
They are 2 games behind the Titans.
Yeah, they're 2 games behind the Titans. Titans have Jordy, you might be man.
Tennessee's on a 3-game losing streak.
It's not like the Titans are giving you all kinds of confidence, right?
No, they're not. You're right.
But it is DeHembry.
Yeah, we just smoked him into Hembry, though.
And we didn't talk about that either. Like, Henry had that huge run, and he got rocked. But it wasn't just that he got rocked. He fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
It was like a perfect fumble right to Josh Allen, the defensive player.
I just think it's a huge game for Jacksonville. Like if they want to keep any chances of winning the division or going to playoffs, they have to win this game. So it's a big game for Jacksonville.
Titans play Chargers this week. They play the Texans the next week. They play the Cowboys the following, and then they play the Jags. That could potentially.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's ways for them to. They're still alive. They're still alive in this thing, and
Staying alive.
There's ways for them to do it, but they have to win this week.
They have to win this week. They actually have to win the following week against the Jets, and then the Texans. I think they whoop up on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a way you can go 4-0 to win in the season, or 3-1. So it's a huge game.
Yeah, it all starts here, Jordan.
It does. Now, that being said, I think I'm taking the. Can I do that? What?
I think
give up the
whatever
game,
you
Jordan.
take, you're not going to be happy with it. That's
Have
just
you
my
ever
opinion.
gone wrong by following your heart?
You guys are all going Dallas, though, right? Like, you guys are all going
Yeah.
Dallas.
Just play a little possum here, Phil. Tell them you're going to do one thing, then do the other.
I'm not going to lose this game. I'm not going to lose it here.
I'm going Dallas.
I'm just going to go Dallas with you guys.
Oh,
and
But he hopes he's wrong.
I hope I'll be very happy. Like
Yeah, you
but
and Seth are both
And
traitors.
that, my friends, is how you play Dallas. I'm going Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan.
I can't. Because realistically, like I think we keep it close for sure. I think we compete. I just don't know if we can win this game.
Well, if you're looking for some extra fantasy football help from trades to waivers or just looking to join a league, our Dude Nation Discord is the place for you. I will be posting some barbecue pics on there this Saturday. Got a little tri-tip in the fridge that I'm ready to throw on the grill. Saturdays are for the smoker. And then our Dude Nation Discord is a lot of fun. Sometimes we share some of our prize pick plays, just all kinds of fantasy football stuff. So go ahead and check that out. Phil, what's our next game here? It looks like it is. We're still in the morning slate.
Very much in the morning slate. 2 more games, in fact. This one kicks us off, though. We have the Falcons at the Saints. The Saints are currently favored by 4 right now, and the total right now is 43. We got a new quarterback in this week, boys. You guys got anything to say about that? No starts or sits, just for what it's worth, but I know you guys want to touch on that
I
a little
am
bit.
interested to see how Desmond Ridder performs. I'm interested to see if this is better for Drake London. I can't imagine it would be worse.
I'm off all Atlanta here.
Yeah, I'm not like, this is more of just like as a football fan, watching. Like I'm not interested in playing.
I don't
Desmond
know if
Ridder.
Ritter's ready, so we'll see.
Yeah,
But he can't be worse. Speaking of Mariota, the guy just left the team. I don't know if you guys saw that.
he left the team. I knew he was going on IR, right?
He just away from the facility. I don't know what that. I don't know.
I thought
I saw that news, but I also saw that I don't know if it's his wife or his girlfriend also had a kid.
Okay, so maybe it's that. But
But I also heard
I
that
heard
he-
that-
I
Make
also-
this
story a lot bigger than what it is.
No, but I
saw
also
that
heard that he
left-
walked away and is
No
maybe going on IR,
and
which
no
seems
communi-
weird.
And no communication, right? Like
No.
he left the team with no communication or something like that.
so it seems weird.
Why? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. But I like Chris Olave. I guess you can play Kamara with no Ingram. You do not feel good though, right? Like at all with Kamara.
There's a good Kamara won a good Christmas award on the Fantasy Dudes or Fantasy Dads article. You might want to check that out. I do not feel good about Kamara.
But I love Olave here. So there's just not much here in this game. I'm no Atlanta. I'm not. You can play Patterson if you want. You're probably not in playoffs if you have Cordell Patterson because you drafted him. I don't know.
Desmond had he had about 600 yards. That was I think his highest total in rushing when he was playing at Cincinnati. I never watched him there. Maybe 1 or 2 games. I kind of liked him.
I watched
but
him.
do you think he's going to be running a decent amount?
He'll probably run.
He will run. That's why I feel
But it's not
like
like the Saints defense is not good. Like they're pretty solid.
good.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
interested in knowing what it's going to look like because Mariota was still tucking it down and getting it going.
Yeah.
You know.
I got New Orleans.
I'm going to go New Orleans also.
Saints.
Who dat?
I'm riding with the Falcons. All right, moving on here. We have Lions at Jets. The 5-6 Lions in their last 6 games, playing the Jets. The current total right now is 44, and this is a pick'em, boys. This is the current the current New York is New York is favored, but it's 0. So it's kind of just like a pick'em on their home turf. Does that make sense, Jordy? The current
it's a
spread
pick'em,
is
yeah.
0. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a pick'em.
This is kind of hard for you too, Phil, because this is your second favorite team against your second favorite team last year.
Yeah.
Your second
My
favorite
third
team.
favorite team.
Yeah, your second favorite team last year
And
was
one of
the
my
Jets.
favorite coaches. Robert Saleh is a beast.
And you have not been. The Jets are good this year, and you don't give them any love.
Yeah, it's just all the drama with Zach Wilson. You know, I gave Mike White some love. I haven't talked about Robert Saleh in a while, but can we all agree he's a good coach? No one talks about him enough.
No, I think he's a good coach.
Yeah, he could put together a mean defensive scheme. All right, we have some starts and sits in this game. You're distracting me a little bit there, Trent. You have a sit and Jordan has a start. Jordan, I'm going to let you start with your start.
Thank you, Phil. I have
transition.
No, you go.
Zonovan Knight as my start here. It's a really good spot for the Jets offense, I think, in general, especially the run game. The Lions give up the seventh most rushing yards, second most rushing touchdowns, 19 of them to be exact, and they give up 5 yards per carry. Knight's playing about 50% snaps, but he does have 14, 15, 17 carries in his last 3 weeks. So even though Carter played like 50% of the snaps last week, he only had like 5 carries, and it wasn't like he was super involved in the pass game either. My guess is he was pass blocking. I think it's just a really good spot for the Jets, and I think he's the guy at the running back spot for them in a really good matchup. So I like Zonovan Knight quite a bit this week, and I think I'm going to be playing him in a playoff game.
But the unfortunate thing about Zonovan Knight is I had the opportunity to pick him up in waivers in a lot of leagues, like had the fab to do it, and I just didn't. I was just like, how are the Jets going to have a running back? I didn't think he was that much better than Michael Carter. You know what I'm saying? Why would I put
that Breece Hall mold though for them?
So no, he's been good.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate that there was that guy on your waiver wire and you either got him or you just didn't even put in a bid. I feel like Zonovan Knight was that guy on waivers that people got for just great value. But my sit here, I think I'm going to upset a lot of people with this, honestly, but I have a Monra St. Brown. The Jets are allowing the 4th least yards passing per game. What do you think about Jared Goff in this game, Jordan? Like, I know it's kind of good to stay with the hot hand. It's in New York. It is going to be a little colder. He's a lot better at home. That's the thing people aren't really talking about. And I know Monra St. Brown kind of gets peppered with targets. There's the emergence of DJ Shark now. They have Jameson. Is it Jameson Williams? Am I saying that right?
Yep.
And I just don't. Sauce Gardner's really good. Jets defense is really good. They are very good against the pass. That's why I have him on as my sit of the week. Obviously, you have him here playing him. This is just more of a bold call of me saying I don't like him in this matchup. And I probably will get some hate on Twitter and all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure if this backfires on me, there will be an article about this next week, of a I told you so type thing. But yeah, I got him on St. Brown is my second sit here of the week. A lot of start sits questions about Jared Goff.
I'm not playing him.
I don't love it, but it's also like
the guy does really well at home when he's in a dome. This is a different type of weather, different game. Like it's 44.5 total. I think it's a pretty good clear letdown spot for the Lions. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You're not willing to just plant your flag on the Lions yet. I think that's safe.
I'm not,
don't let be still my heart. That's what I say.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but
you sound like an Instagram influencer.
It's a good spot for I think it's a good spot for the Jets passing game too. Like I like Garrett Wilson a lot here. Elijah Moore is interesting. I kind of like Mike White stacks a little bit. I don't know if I get there, but I kind of like it.
Mike White's playing, right? Even though he took those shots last week.
I'm assuming he's playing. So
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw those shots.
But even I don't know if Flacco's a huge downgrade to Garrett Wilson though. So
no.
DeAndre Swift, you excited about that?
No, I'm not playing. The Lions are in a 3-headed backfield, so I'm not.
Even with Justin Jackson,
Swift, Williams, I'm not touching any of them.
I am going to keep playing Williams and Swift in my Scotty Fishbowl just because they got me here, and it's the only reason I'm doing it. Hoping that both of them find a way into the end zone. Maybe one receiving, one rushing. But yeah, Justin Jackson just muddies the waters a lot there.
Who are you guys taking here?
I feel like this is a decent Conklin game, maybe. Just throwing a tight end out there. I'm going to take the Jets at home.
I want to take the Lions.
Just withdraw your pick. Just say you like both teams.
Yeah, as friends. I'm going Jets. And it hurts me to say that.
I think I'm gonna try to take one on you guys. I think I might be in the lower, or I might be in the minority here, but I'm gonna say the Lions stay hot.
I got New York.
Can I switch mine to the Lions? Because Phil's always wrong on who he takes with this.
Sure.
Okay, I'll take the Lions.
You guys always let him change, and you never let me do
Well,
it.
this isn't like a week later or 3 days later. Like this is like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
later.
Trent's not asking about the spread, Phil.
Yeah, we got a nice cookie spread.
We do have a nice cookie
Just
spread.
staring at me.
All right,
Got the slobbering fits back here on the pod.
Okay.
I don't know what on earth you're saying here. All right, we're moving on here. There are we still have quite a few games to get through here, buddies. I don't know why I said that. Cardinals Broncos.
Don't ever call me buddies ever again.
Cardinals Broncos in what people have called potentially the worst game this season at 36.5. Denver's currently favored by 3. Can you believe that? Maybe it's because of the tough game they played against the Chiefs. You know, you never really know with these Vegas guys and the odd makers, but that's where we're at here today. What do we got? What are we thinking here? You just
Nobody.
yeah.
Is Russell
Colt
playing?
McCoy.
DeAndre Hopkins, and that's it. I'm dead serious right now.
Yeah, you're no on James Conner too.
Yeah, I have a sit here actually, Phil.
Okay.
Great job hosting.
Just for what it's worth, it's not in my normal slot, so I apologize. Jordan does have a sit,
So
and it is. Go ahead, Jordan. You have
My
a sit
favorite
this game.
part is if I don't update the notes, it's Phil's fault. I probably shouldn't have said anything and just let Phil fall on his sword. That's what a good co-host does, though. They just fall on their sword.
I appreciate it.
Next time, put it in there, Phil.
Also, the disrespect. It's just
from Trent or from
I
me?
brought you a nice bed of cookies here that you've been enjoying this entire pod. And
Did you make them, Phil?
I delivered them.
He used his thumb for the thumbprint.
That's
cookie
right.
Oh, my
set.
bad.
That's right. That's right. This
He
is a
bought
pretty
the ingredients.
good- I helped purchase the ingredients. Yeah.
You know what?
Lemonade money.
I don't
Lemonade
care
stand
who
money.
made the cookies, okay? Phil delivered them. And I'm going
Okay.
to clap it up for that.
All right. Give us your sit,
I'm
Jordan.
sitting Marquise Brown here. Denver's still a top 10 pass defense and they give up the least amount of fantasy points to wide receivers and only giving up 12 passing touchdowns this year. No Kyler. I just don't trust Colt McCoy here in this matchup in the playoffs to get the job done for Marquise Brown and DeAndre Hopkins. I think he goes to DeAndre Hopkins more here. I don't trust this in my first week of playoffs here.
I absolutely agree with you. And
And like I said, I only like DeAndre Hopkins in this game. Like I literally would not play maybe Latavius Murray, but I can't trust. Is it
playoffs, you don't want to do it.
Who do they have backing him up? It's who's gonna play?
Colt McCoy? Are you talking about?
No, for the Broncos.
Rippin.
Yeah. I mean,
The
come on.
Cardinals are terrible against the tight end if you want to play DeLucci.
Dolchich is fine.
And also, Phil, I don't know if your wife listens to the podcast, but I'm happy she made them.
Yeah,
Made the
good cookies. Good cookies. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Party on. And who we choosing?
Denver.
Should we just
Broncos.
exclude this game?
I wish.
Just
Can
give
they
me
just
this game
flex
no matter
this and
what.
can't they just make another bye week NFL?
Can they flex this for like a band competition or something? Like, there's got to be something better that they can show.
You don't
than
mean
this.
that.
Trent would rather watch the World
Trent,
Cup.
would you rather watch the World Cup final at Sunday morning or this game
Is that Sunday morning?
at 7 Pacific time, 10 Eastern time?
I'm
gonna wake up and watch that.
I'd rather watch this, probably. I'd probably rather watch this.
It's a rough
Sorry,
life.
I'm sorry. I probably won't watch this, but if you like put me in a room and said like, "Hey, you have to watch one of these things," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll watch." I'll say,
I'm shutting the TV off
No,
and
no.
putting
If they
on
say,
I'll read a book over both those.
If they say, "Hey, you have to watch one of these things," I'd just look at that person and say, "Let's ride." Broncos, baby. I'm going Broncos win this.
Just like a
game.
Costco hot dog and a Coke, and
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
Phil, who do you choose?
I chose Broncos.
We're all in the Broncos. That's not going to end well.
Yeah.
It's close though. Like
Like what you would rather
At least
do.
we'll die together.
Would you rather go on a run or watch one of these games?
I think I'd still rather watch it.
Would you rather go for a 2-mile run?
Yeah,
or
2
watch?
miles. No, Jordan, 2 miles. Everyone's
yeah,
question.
I don't want to die.
You will exercise.
Are you more likely to
Jordan,
die watching this game though than running?
Yeah.
I don't want to say.
Here's the thing about, let's just move on. All right. Patriots at Raiders. New England is currently favored by 1, and the current total right now is 44.5.
Josh McDaniels revenge game.
Josh McDaniels revenge game.
The student versus the teacher. Master versus the pupil.
Yeah, except for the Patriots have a winning record, and Josh McDaniels has been able to string together quite a few losses this season.
Impressive losses too.
Impressive
Very
losses.
impressive. They're recovering from the Baker Mayfield loss.
Yeah, I don't like.
Prayers up for Raiders fans.
Who's coming back? We have
Their designated return
Waller's-
doesn't mean they're coming back this week.
Okay,
Though.
their designated return, Waller's designated return, and also Renfro. So just
I have seen
something
something though, like I think Jordan said on the pod earlier this week. I have seen a lot of people think that Waller is checked out. Like they're like, is he going to drop his new song at halftime?
His new song, Turf Toe, it just came out.
he does not have a song called Turf Toe.
Look it up. His new song called Turf. I've had Turf Toe, no joke, but his rap song is
That was
not
a gout.
joke either.
Correctly prescribed count.
What do we want to? I don't love this matchup for Josh Jacobs.
He might be hurt. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
gonna play.
Oh wow, it's really called Turf Toe.
Devontae is obviously fine. I don't trust anyone in the Patriots passing game here. And then,
Not a fun fantasy matchup.
yeah, I don't
really.
know. Your Ramondre Stevenson, we don't know what he's doing, if he's going to play or not. So
What about
there's just
Pierre,
a lot up in the air
Pierre
here.
Strong, if he's available, would
I think
you
I
play him?
like Strong over. I have a bunch of Stevenson on my teams, and I picked up some Strong. So I think I like Strong over Kevin Harris, but hopefully Ramondre can just play.
All right, I'm gonna go with.
I'm going Patriots.
I got Patriots.
Patriots.
I'm gonna go Raiders here. Emotional loss. Maybe bounce back. Guys playing for their jobs. A lot on the table here. I mostly just making up reasons to pick opposite of you guys to try to get one on you.
This
Makes
one's
sense.
this one's a AFC. This one has big
This is a
potential.
Tuck Rule revenge game.
You're right.
Raider
You're
fans
right.
have not forgot. I know they've played since then, but
I get what you're saying.
Raider Nation does not forget.
Yeah. Imagine if it would have been Brady playing the Raiders in this game. Excuse me, but Brady playing the Patriots in this game,
That'd been wild.
because that almost did happen.
Raider fans are wild though. Like I don't even know like if they got Brady, how excited. Like they're just
Oh, they'd love him.
they'd love him, but they're also like the type that like are down to like
They'll turn
kill
on you quickly.
too. Yeah, they turn on you fast.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast.
Name one player that they like. I think some Raider fans still want Antonio Brown back. Like
I know a lot of them that just absolutely cannot stand Antonio Brown. Like
which we probably shouldn't be talking about Antonio Brown. He's been in some legal troubles recently. At least, isn't that correct?
Yes.
yeah, let's go to the
Yeah.
next game.
All
Is
right.
he still in a standoff?
The next game here, AFC, potential AFC ripples here. Titans at Chargers. The Chargers are currently favored by 3, and the current total right now is 47.5. Let me just.
You're playing Derrick Henry. I don't trust anyone else on the Titans. Is Traylon Burks back? Do we know? Maybe not. Concussion. We don't really
I do
know.
not know.
You're playing Eckler. You can play Everett. Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Looks like Mike Williams is back.
I like this game a lot. It's probably gonna be my favorite. I talked about how I like Trevor Lawrence stacks last week against Tennessee because they're past funnel and just barely played 0 Trevor Lawrence. I'm not making that mistake again. I'm gonna have a ton of Justin Herbert stacks this week. This is my favorite, I think, game of the week. It's a great spot for Justin Herbert. Tennessee's horrible against the pass. I mean, Trevor Lawrence just threw for career yards. Jalen Hurts the week before just went off. It's a great spot for Derrick Henry on the other side. So,
Here's the. Yeah.
I like Herbert. I like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Gerald Everett. Phil's probably going to win the bet this week because Everett's going to have a good game. Eckler's fine. I like this game a lot.
Problem with it is it's just Lawrence was just so much of a cheaper play, right? Herbert, you're having to spend up a little bit more, but maybe not on his receivers.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's too good of a spot. I think it's just a great spot here.
I'm gonna say Chargers win this game.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Do you feel?
Maybe Derrick Henry has a really good game. The Titans just aren't showing any life, really. Like are
the Titans probably one of the most difficult teams to gauge where they?
I think so.
Like,
you
it's
don't know
just-
what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get, and then I mean they started off the season terrible.
Because their pass defense is so bad, Phil.
Yeah, no, they started off the season terribly. They started to improve, and then now it's just kind of like a downward spiral. It's rough. I'm gonna go with Chargers. All right, did we all go Chargers on that one?
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on here. Bengals at Bucks. The Bengals are currently favored by 3.5. The total right now is 44. Excuse me. This is another rough one for the Bucks. Jordan, you have a sit in this game.
I have a sit in this game. Sorry. Just trying to help you out.
I appreciate it.
Way
In a
because
night, no,
He
Jordan,
actually has multiple sits.
he has multiple sits in this game. What are you talking? Yes, multiple sits.
well,
I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one sit, multiple players.
I got the Tampa Bay running backs as a sit here. Cincinnati's a top 10 run defense. And I just think that Cincy kind of wins this game comfortably. I think Tampa Bay has to play from behind. They're throwing Rashad White, Leonard Fournette. They're splitting carries and snaps. And they're just kind of eating into each other. There's no clear winner here. I think your only chance for them to get there is probably PPR work, which is possible, I guess. But I just don't see. I just don't see them getting it done here in this matchup. I think their Buccaneers have to throw. Buccaneers have to throw quite a bit playing from behind.
And I just don't trust Brady at all right now.
No, neither do I. I mean, they look bad last week. So Bengals are playing well.
I know we've talked about this a lot, but pretty sweet for a team that started 1-3, 1-4.
Yeah, Chase looks good coming off that injury. So I
Yeah.
think you're playing Joe Mixon. Mixon is interesting though. Like Perine did get some snaps last week. So
His right now on Prize Picks, the total I think they have is 64.
yeah, it's just tough.
Higgins is questionable.
He got hurt in warmups last week.
Yeah.
Barely played. I like Chase. Chase, obviously. Godwin is fine. I think Evans is fine.
With how much up they'll be, don't you think it's even less because P. Ryan's going to be in there running the ball?
Yeah, it's possible.
Do you get what I'm saying a little bit on
Yeah.
that 64? Like normally, maybe Mixon.
Yeah, Mixon didn't look good. Pirine got almost 45% of snaps. So
Weird one. All righty. Do we want to go with who we're going with this game?
I'm going to say Bengals. Anyone going to go against Bengals? Anyone going
I got
Bucks?
Bengals.
Anyone
I'm going
pretty much already
Bengals,
said
too.
that. Yeah. Seth, Bengals.
Yeah.
All right, moving on here. We have Giants at Commanders. The Commanders are currently favored by 4.5, and the total right now is 40.5. No starts, no sits in this game, but we can get into it.
Serious divisional game here.
Yep.
Some playoff implications at stake. This is Sunday Night Football. It's actually a solid Sunday Night Football game.
I don't know how good it'll be fantasy wise, but it'll be a good real life game.
NFL wise,
Yeah.
there's some big implications on it. Carson Wentz is still leading the Commanders in passing yards and touchdowns, but Heineke just gets the job done. You excited about McLaurin in this one, Jordan?
I think he's fine. I think it's a better spot for the run game. Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson, but it's hard to choose which one. And then Saquon is fine on the other side. I don't really have much interest other than that.
Yeah, I wish there was a little. It's not a Yeah, running back wise, the Giants aren't super great against the run. It's a
good spot.
It's a good spot for either. Maybe could play.
I think they're both
either
fine.
one.
If you have them on your roster, they're both fine.
You have to play Saquon, even though
Yep.
he's been. He's just been kind of a letdown.
He's off the injury report though. He's
Yeah.
practicing in full, which is good.
Yeah. I'm going to say, and I'm going to go Giants win this game. I don't mind Daniel Jones in this game. Do we know anything about Chase Young yet?
I think he's coming back.
We finally.
I feel like we've said that a couple times.
Yeah, we definitely have.
Crazy. They're both 7-5-1.
Well, they tied each other.
Yeah. But it's just still crazy that
Yeah.
they have the exact same record.
I got Washington here.
New York Giants. Anyone else going different?
I'm going Heineke Commanders.
I'm going Giants.
All right, last game here. Last game of the week. We have Rams at Packers. The Packers are currently favored by 7, and the total right now is 39.5. So a little bit of a lower total here, guys. No starts or sits in this game. Baker Mayfield with a big come from behind drive to win the game about a week and a half ago, or about a week ago, excuse me. What are we thinking about this one, guys? Not overly exciting here, huh, Jordan?
Yeah.
I'm excited for Christian Watson.
Yeah. Decent spot for
Good
Watson.
Christian Watson spot.
Good spot for Jones, I think. Aaron Jones. Rams are an absolute mess. Three-way were split at running back for the Rams with Brown, Akers, Kyron Williams. I don't know. Do you like? I don't like any. I don't trust any of the Rams.
A sneaky play maybe for the Rams is
Atwell?
No, I can't even. Skronik.
Yeah.
He had how many targets did he have last week? He
I
had
know.
like 11. I don't love it, but it's a sneaky play if you're in a deep league or, maybe you have a guy you really don't trust, don't want to play. Skronik or Gabe Davis? You leaving Gabe Davis just because of the blow
I'm playing
up?
Gabe Davis. I don't love either one, though.
Yeah.
Especially the snow game in Buffalo.
Dub's back maybe clutters things up a little bit in that wide receivers room, though, Trent.
Maybe so, but I think Watson and Rodgers kind of have that rapport that everyone thought that
Especially in the red
Dubs
zone.
had. So, and they're handing the ball off to Watson too. Like Watson's
Yeah.
That's true.
a touchdown machine. I have trouble,
You can't
saying
say
anything
him.
negative about Watson now.
I got Green Bay.
Packers.
What are you doing, Phil?
I think I have to go Packers.
I'm going Packers also.
So,
Packers also.
well, that's it for our games this week.
Yeah, thank you for listening this whole time. Remember, scroll down the bottom, give us a 5-star rating and review, or go on Spotify right there at the top. Just hit a rating. Don't even have to leave a review. Just give us the 5 stars. Really helps us out. Seth, you want to recap all of our starts and sits before we shut this puppy down?
Yeah, so for Trent starts, we have Michael Gallup and Matt Ryan. And for Jordan starts, we have Michael Pittman and Zonovan Knight. If we go to the sits here, we have Trent sits are Travis Etienne and Amon-Ra St. Brown, which I think is a terrible take. Jordan sits, he has Tampa Bay running backs and Hollywood Brown.
I can't wait for Seth to eat his words.
I love that you added that, Seth.
Seth's never afraid to say anything, which is why I have to edit a lot more.
Are you
on the
guys
show
going to
than I
egg
need
bet? Let's egg bet that. Seth, you have
Well,
is this-
what it talks about, we got to talk about points, right?
So,
That's what I'm saying.
Trent,
That's what
when
I'm
you
saying,
say you said St. Brown was a bad take, Seth.
Yeah.
So when you say St. Brown's a sit, Trent, you saying he's not a what?
So like under 12 and a half. Oh yeah, a
Is
top
he a
or
top?
under 12 and a
saying-
half.
Here, let me look and see what he's predicted, what wide receiver number he's predicted to finish at. I think he's predicted to finish 8 wide receiver.
What
8.
do you think, Trent? Like,
I'm
when you
saying,
say that,
I'm saying
you-
under 12 points.
Let's go under 12 and a half.
With this, that's what I'm.
12
and I'm saying
points?
like you have them, you have to play them.
Give him
because
12
of
and a half.
upside.
Under 12 and a half.
Under 12 and a half.
Seth.
I'll take the over.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
my first
half-
egg bet.
That's
Half point.
Seth's first egg bet.
Half point
point.
PPR. Yeah. So
half
our,
point
our
PPR.
listener league scoring. So St.
Virtually
Brown,
shake hands. People can't see Seth. Virtually shake hands. There we
yeah,
go.
and you shake your hand really slow, Seth. That's really weird. Anyways, that about does it, guys. As always, thanks for
good luck.
tuning in.
Good luck this week in your first weeks of
Good luck.
playoffs.
Yeah,
in
good
playoffs,
luck.
yeah.
Get the playoff beard. Trent, you didn't do a playoff beard.
Well, yeah, it's just here's the problem. Okay, I have a
So we just
6-month-old. I have a 6-month-old daughter, and
Yeah.
my beard. It doesn't cooperate with her. It's not me. It's her. I think that's
She doesn't
the same
like
goes-
it.
She doesn't like my face scratching her with the beard thing. So I've been keeping it short. Like every week I say I'm gonna grow it, and then it's like, hey, this is simply way too much information. But that's why I don't have the playoff beard. So sorry about that. And as always, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.